Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at Shrine, a total conversion for gzdoom. This is a game that I've been meaning to check out for a while, long enough in fact that a sequel has already been released, and the developer, Scumhead, is working on a third game that is not a sequel but is a similar style. In their own words, this game is about a skinless dude, that's us there on the left, fighting eldritch abominations in a nightmare world. Because it's a Lovecraftian-inspired world, so everything's going to be pretty weird. However, this first game does have a very NES kind of color palette, so expect it to look a little distinct. We're going to go in here on Sentinel, because I assume that's equivalent to Ultraviolence. Alright, so yeah, it's got like this NES-looking color palette to the environments especially. And I guess we woke up from this coffin. We are weaponless at the moment. We don't even have fists. Okay, there we go. We got the Fang, which is our pistol. So yeah, I think all the weapons in this have that kind of bone aesthetic, which is actually kind of fitting with Xenoclash, which I'm currently playing through and LPing. So our basic enemy here is this little armless and legless fellow who looks like it has a hit scan weapon. So that's kind of shitty. They only do 3 damage, though, so that's not too bad. But it means I gotta be constantly moving when they start shooting. What are these? Okay, these are armor. Looks like they give us 2 each. Oh, shit. So I never know what difficulty to play these total conversions on, because obviously a lot of them are balanced for their own thing. And, you know, they're not really equivalent to Doom's difficulties, but usually the second hardest is, I think, kind of fitting. Let's make a quick save, just so I can easily hit it whenever. Oh. Okay, these things shoot actual projectiles. It's like floating grubs. And this must be our shotgun. It actually does look like a grub as well. Like the shot grub in Enter the Gungeon. And as always with Doom, circle strafing is the name of the game. This pistol's not very accurate. It was spreading pretty far there. Okay, these are ammo souls. Do our weapons share ammo? Because that seemed like a generic resource, but maybe it just depends what weapon you're holding when you pick them up. I guess next time we see some, we'll test it out with the shotgun out. I also got this, like, path going across here. This is where we came from. Oh, there's another bone weapon up there. So yeah, I like the look of the enemies and weapons in this, but I do think that the single texture environment so far is eh. But I'm hoping that's just because we're in a cave, and caves in a lot of games have a very repetitive texture because, you know, they are just kind of made of one material most of the time. I mean, you know, real-world caves, they have all kinds of mixtures in their walls, so it's not quite just a single texture, but in games it's kind of simplified down to one texture, the rock texture. Looks like that was actually giving me ammo for the shotgun. Ooh, that does some damage. They seem less likely to attack you when you get close like that. You're just like, oh shit, what do I do now? Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything down in the acid. Is this acid? I feel like I walked in it earlier. Okay, no, this is just green water. Not sure how these guys attack. They were infighting there for a second. Is it like a melee attack? looks like. Ow, okay. Melee attack with some range, but it doesn't have a projectile. Alright, where are we going? Just another coffin. Got a door going that way. Oh, that looks like it goes back to the start, where that bone weapon was. There we go. A bone saw. This was obviously made with killing in mind, so it's just a vibrating bone instead of a chainsaw. Wonder if it's any good. The chainsaw in Doom is kind of iconic, but it's also kind of crap against anything except melee-only enemies like the demon, the pinky. Okay, we need to go this way. Across the bridge. Oh, I fucking fell off. Back through here. Nope, that's where we came from. Can't get back up there. So yeah, as I've mentioned before, there's a lot of Doom mods that I want to do first impressions on, or even full playthroughs of, and that list grows so much faster than I actually get a chance to cover them. I should be able to cover more of them right now, because I found that recording with my other program, which the one that takes up a lot less space, doesn't seem to have any kind of quality loss now, so I think I can actually record pretty much all of these Doom ones on there. It also doesn't have that weird desync problem that I sometimes have with my other recording. Okay, this is not a good room because it's dark, and there are hit scan enemies mixed in with these projectile ones. So I just kinda gotta keep moving. I think there's some infighting going on, but they might be shooting at me, I can't tell. Wow, that went through him real quick. Definitely more effective than the chainsaw, even on basic zombie soldiers. But I am taking hits as I do that. I'm down to 11 health, I just noticed. That's not great. Ooh. Yeah, okay. That was a deacon that killed me. Alright, so we got set back quite a bit. We don't actually have to fight everything, though. I mean, most of the time in Doom, the reason you kill everything is simply so that it doesn't kill you, and not because you need to do so to progress. Or if you want to get the completion at the top left for a number of monsters. Alright, gotta remember there's a bunch of health souls back here. Really can't afford to take hits from those things up close. Alright, so we got these three here. So let's go... Oh shit. I was gonna say let's go get the chainsaw thing and then we'll save. But now I'm at like half health because I stood there looking at the map. Alright, so the chainsaw is... back here? This way. I was confused because I didn't see the path at all because I didn't open the door. Alright, so let's grab this bone saw. Now let's go back and get that health we didn't pick up yet before we press forward, but make a save there. I'm not sure what to think about the music yet. It's kind of kind of lo-fi at the moment, but also kind of grimy in a fitting way with the game's aesthetic. Alright, brings us up to 87. That's not bad. It'd be nicer to have some armor. Oh, I fell in the sludge. It says there's 0 secrets, so we don't need to go around hitting E on all the walls. Alright, so now we go this way. Ignore those enemies down there. Save here, and tackle this room again. So let's try thinning down their numbers before I get in there with the saw. Look at that little booty. Wow, I already took 30 damage. It's really the things that shoot green balls that are the big threat, because there's just so many of them around here, and they shoot 3 at a time. Okay, and get the key. I ran out of shotgun. Is there actually a way out of this room? I think we have to go back. Oh, the green door's up there. So maybe let's just leave this room behind. Wait. There was a weapon in here, wasn't there? Yeah, there's one in the middle. The Leviathan. Okay, what does this do? Oh. It's a machine gun kind of equivalent. It's a death beam. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, I've got 3 health, so I'm not expecting to survive long with my green key. Kind of hoping there might be a better healing item around. Apparently, I can shortcut through here. Is this open? Oh, okay. Shortcut door. Isn't there still enemies in here? Yep. These are the ones that I ignored earlier. Well, this thing kills things very quickly, so... There's like pews? So what's that? Just a melted enemy. I don't know what his deal was, but he didn't get to do it. I don't know why this door keeps opening. Alright, into the boat. There's us. 100% of the secrets. The Dark Ravine. Alright, same texture. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping there might be more than one texture. Okay. Gotta conserve ammo, so that's why I'm only doing little squirts. Seems to be all I need, though. I forgot I have 3 health. If those guys hit me once, I'm dead. Okay, I think I've killed everything that can see me right now. This map also has no secrets. Alright, I'm doing a little better, so I'll save now. I don't know if these things count as cover. I can't walk through them, so they should. And now I'm almost dead again. Well, that's not great. Oh boy, that was a bunch of them. Yeah, I knew one of them was going to catch me. Gorsack is the name of those enemies. They almost look like they could be Silent Hill enemies. You feel much better. Ooh, that was a max health. All right, now I'm much better prepared to go in here. There we go. They're close together. Can usually hit them without taking damage. We got here the Vile Slayer, the super shotgun of its world. It just shoots like a little blue cloud. Okay, there we go. It's 2 shots, and then you gotta reload. Unlike the super shotgun, which fires both shots at once. Can't manually reload, though, it seems. It's not that kind of mod. Okay, so those are health. Okay, I think the skeleton is a Revenant equivalent, except his projectiles are much faster. Not only do I have a bunch of Doom total conversions to cover, but there's actually a pair of mods that seem to be mods of this mod, in that they launch with Shrine instead of the Doom 2 WAD. And I think it's because they have a similar color palette, so it was easier just to make it in there than to start with Doom as a base. But I'll be playing through at least the first one of those mods. It's called Lycanthorn, and it's very kind of Castlevania-esque. The first one is like OG Castlevania, so it's just level-based, whereas the second one is later Castlevania with kind of an open world. Would you call the Metroidvania an open world? Because it's not really. You still have a progression. It's just you can freely go back and forth from previous areas. I've heard the argument before, too, that Resident Evil is a Metroidvania because you're backtracking to previous areas to open up stuff you couldn't before, but I think, to me, I would say no, that doesn't count, because it has to be gameplay abilities that you're using to backtrack. Because I think that's what distinctifies it in Castlevania or Metroid or whatever, is the things you're getting are generally not just keys, they're actually things you can do that you couldn't before, like a double jump to get up on a ledge you couldn't reach before. Whereas in Resident Evil, it's just items. You're just carrying items to open things you couldn't open before. Alright. I think we'll only do this level just because, you know, I think you've got the feel for it. It's mostly the aesthetics that carry this, I think. The sequel, I think, is actually better, from what I've heard, but here it's mostly just a look. Okay, we got like caco demons of some kind here. The level design is not too fancy, it's kind of just rooms. We're not solving any puzzles or doing any platforming. Couldn't handle the screams. Not great. We're all the way back here. This seems alright. Like, I'll probably play through this just to get some context for the sequel. It's only 13 levels, so it's not too long. Also, if you don't like faffing around with setting up gzdoom mods, though it's actually really not that hard even to make bats to launch them properly, but if you don't want to do that, this actually has a standalone download available on Steam that's free. As well as the sequel, I believe. I think they're both on there. But yeah, I do think this is cool. I think this is just definitely noticeable as the first game they made, or the first total conversion they made. So, it's a little rough, but fun. And then the second one is where they kind of polish it up and do more with the original idea. Okay. not even sure why these guys, like, aren't hit scan from how fast that projectile is. It might as well be. Especially if it does splash damage when it hits the wall. I guess that's probably why it's not hit scan. I don't think you can do hit scan AoE in most games engines, can you? I need one of the developer types to let me know about that, because I have no idea. I think they just don't do that because it's cheap more often than because they can't. You know, if something just instantly explodes next to you. Generally, AoE attacks in games, they give you an opportunity to avoid them. Or else take big damage. Kinda awkward though, this thing is on like 6 or 7, whereas the shotgun is 3. So there's just a big gap of weapons I don't have yet that goes across there. That would normally be the plasma rifle, right? I guess that's what weapon this is replacing. Alright, do I want to go in the room where I died before? I'm gonna save. I think those scream beasts are already firing at me. Also nice that this thing actually uses separate ammo from the shotgun. Ooh, got them both. But yeah, a lot of these tunnels just seem to lead to dead ends with no real purpose. Which is why the level design just kind of feels okay. And what do we got on top of this? Seems like there's gotta be a key up here, right? No, it's a weapon and a key. Or is that another... Yeah, it's just another super health. What did I pick up? Another Leviathan. Alright, let's just use this to melt those flying guys. Which we didn't get a name for. That's why I'll just call them Scream Beasts. Wow, they're tough compared to everything else, dying so quickly when touched by this weapon. Now that there's only one, I think I can afford to blast it down. It's like just 2 floating ears. Alright, the beast is slain. Is that blood? What does that do? It leads back out here. But we couldn't get over here from down there. Since there's no secrets, I don't need to check behind the waterfall. Oh, actual trees. Maybe the next level won't have the same texture and we'll be out of the rock zone. More of these guys. They do seem to be almost as flinchable as the Caco demons. As you can see, I'm interrupting most of his shots. Ah, crap. Anything down here? Alright, grab these ammo souls. Ooh, walked right into that. Shit. Those guys are not fun. Just because of how much damage they do. Take out him. Take out these ground guys and these guys as well. There's a skeleton up there. We gotta deal with these. I'm wondering now if these ammo souls just give you ammo for every weapon when you pick them up. That'd be nice, but that seems pretty generous. Alright. Got them taken care of. This should be the end of the level over here. Oh, shit, he can shoot me through those bars. Not easy on this difficulty, but they do give you a lot of resources to get back up to health. It's like 35 damage. Okay, we've escaped the cave zone and actually got another texture. The Haunted Wood. Alright. Alright. Looking better now that we're out of the same texture zone. Still very NES kind of textures, but now it's grass. What's this? The Splinter. This thing looks pretty dope. So I think we're going to end here. Ooh, we got graves. We're going to end here, but let's take a little look around this level first. I like the music here. Why do I have the music down so low? It's because the settings are saved between... Yeah, okay, that's why. The settings are saved between all your gzdoom when they're not in their own separate folders. But it does seem very quiet for this mod, which is why it's down so low in the first place. Alright, so there's nothing out here except a cube over there. Can I get to that? It's probably on top of the cliff and not part of the level. It's like the skybox or something. Alright, so what does this do? I think that sufficiently answered my question. It's a Gatling gun replacement. Or minigun. It's weird that these trees are so insubstantial, though. Maybe that's why it's the Haunted Forest, is because the trees are in fact ghosts. Alright, well, that shrine. It's definitely got some neat aesthetics, but the gameplay is a little simple. I will be checking out Shrine 2, and then the Kickstarter demo for the developer's latest game, Vomitorium, which looks quite a bit more expansive. It's kind of a Souls-Vania crossover. You know, it's got an interconnected world like Dark Souls, but some Metroidvania progression, it sounds like. Alright, so I've been Shadefire, and this is Shrine. You can download it from the gzdoom forums, or ModDB, or Steam, whatever you want, if you want to give this a go. But I'll see you folks next time with some more Doom.